Hey, all you real estate agents out there, it's Danny Griffin from the RealtyClassroom.com with another real estate coaching tip for the week. Now, this week what I want to talk about is the word brackets. This is something that helped me realize why most of us just can't seem to get our strategic marketing plan in place. You start off in one direction, and the next thing you know, you're way out here somewhere in the poppy fields with Dorothy, and everything's gone awry. So what you want to do is begin to bracket things out. Now, here's my recommendation for starting your strategic marketing plan. Number one, start with your geography, and realize that it doesn't take much more than about 46,000 people, maybe upward to the tip of 100,000 people population-wise, to have plenty of activity. Now, what you do is once you narrow down that geography, as we talked about finding the bullseye, you should find and check your MLS to make sure there's enough transactions. And also understand from there where the turnover is, what price range, and that's going to help you with your demographics. So for example, me in my town of Barnstable, there are 46,000 people. That's why I chose that number. That's enough because there's well over 800 transactions a year, double that for sides, more than enough to begin the strategic marketing plan. I would say if you get too much higher than 100,000, you're probably spreading yourself too thin until you dominate that centerpiece. Next, your demographics. When you check MLS to make sure there's enough transactions there, find out where the price range really is. So for example, we might find that the hot spot is $250K to $400K, and that's just about right for my marketplace. That's defining for me that it's a higher first-time home buyer, but definitely a move-up buyer dominating my geography. Now, when it comes to the brackets, now I make decisions. One of the easiest places to start, as we've talked in the past, is buyers. So once I get the choice for buyers, I begin by taking these two first legs of the bracket and I say, where can I go looking for these types of buyers? So very quickly, to give you an example and give you a jump start on your strategic marketing, perhaps you could use Craigslist, you could use Google, you could use an IDX type of search, okay? There's just a couple of ways that you can stay with your geography, your demographic based on price, and then begin to think from that standpoint, whether it's buyers or sellers, using those taglines, focusing on that, and going into these different types of venues that are out there and getting after specifically who your target really is. So remember that, brackets, write this stuff down. If you try to think it up here, you're going to fall off. Like I said, you're going to end up way up here somewhere in the poppy fields, not following a clear plan. And when you don't follow a clear plan, you cannot achieve a consistent result. I'm Danny Griffin with this week's real estate coaching tip brought to you by the RealtyClassroom.com. Do me a favor, if you like these, pass them on to a realtor that you care about, and I will see you next time. And remember, comment on all of these. I'll be happy to add a little bit more in my replies. I'll see you next week.